last recording we have done two physiographic divisions of Brazil, and today we are going to do the third physiographic division, that is called the Great Escarpment. So in the last video we had done the first physiographic division, that is called the Highlands. So in the last recording I have explained you what are highlands called. The highlands are an extensive plateau which occupies the major part of Brazil. Okay, it extends from Brazilian to Guiana Highlands. So refer on page number 15, figure 3.2. So you will come to know how much part of island is being covered in Brazil, and this forms a core of South American continent. That what we have learned in Highlands. And the next is the Great Escarpment. So what we are going to learn about the Great Escarpment, though it occupies a very small area, the nature of its slope, and because of this nature it affects the physiographic region, and also it separates the physiographic region in Brazil. So the first what we have read about the Highlands, the next is about the Great Escarpment. So though it occupies a small area, the nature of its slope and its effect has its own climate and makes it a separate physiographic division. The eastern side of the Highlands is demarcated because of the escarpment. So here what it is being said, the eastern side, the east side of the Highlands is being demarcated. So what is the meaning of demarcated? Separated, and because it forms a great escarpment. So this region of escarpment has the altitude of only 790 meters. In some regions the height decreases gradually. The escarpment is very steep, particularly from Sao Paulo to Porto Alegre. The escarpment acts as a barrier to the southeast. So what it is being explained here, so this is only the first term what we learn about escarpment, children. So in the lower classes you might have studied about the plains and plateaus but never heard the what escarpment called. So here the escarpment is an high raised plateau which separates the Brazil on the eastern side, and its altitude is 790 meters. And because it has its effect on Brazil's physiographic division, its climatic changes are also there. So here the escarpment is very steep. So steep nearly at Sao Paulo, and it extends to Porto Alegre. So the escarpment acts as a barrier at southeast of Brazil. So trade winds giving rise to the rain shadow area in the northeastern part of the Brazil. So this region is also called drought quadrilateral. So here what it is being said about the Great Escarpment, the Great Escarpment acts as a barrier in southeast, and it is also called as drought quadrilateral. So the next is the coast. So Brazil has a coastline about 7,400 kilometers. One may divide it into two parts, namely as northern and eastern coast. Now children, because this part has a comparison with India and Brazil, so you understand. So what is talking about the coastline? So again go to page number 15 and go to the figure 3.2. You will come to know what is the coastline of Brazil. So including from north to south, north to east coast, it covers 7,400 kilometers. The north coast extends from Amapá province in the north to Rio Grande Norte in the east. This can be called as North Atlantic coast. From there, the eastern coast extends towards the south. So what it is being said, so here the coast is mainly divided into two coasts, north and eastern coast. So here the northern coast extends from Amapá province in the north and extends till Rio Grande do Norte, which is in the east. And this coast is also known as North Atlantic coast. The eastern coast extends towards the south. The north coast is characterized by mouths of many rivers, including the Amazon. Therefore, this region is a low-lying region. So what it been explained here, the north coast has given rise to many rivers and also includes the one of the major river of Brazil, that is called Amazon River, and this is also called as low-lying region. So what is called low-lying region? the region, the river which is very close to the water and it is very close to the ground level. So that is called low-lying region. So on this coast, which island lies? Marajo Island, Marajo and São Marcos Bay. Marajo is a large coastal island located between the mouths of river Amazon and river Tocantins. So it has been explained here that this north coast is having many rivers and also include the Amazon river. So it is also called as low-lying region. So here you have to remember the main points. It is lying in which coast, it has which main river is lying here and why it is called as low-lying region. So what is the main island is here on the northern coast, Marajo Island and São Marcos Bay are the two important places which lie at north coast. And here it covers two major rivers, that is river Amazon and river Tocantins. The eastern coast receives large number of smaller rivers. The only major river which meets the Atlantic Ocean, here São Francisco. The Brazilian coast is characterized by a large number of beaches and sand dune complexes. So here what is the specific feature explained about the eastern coast? It has been explained about the eastern coast that it has many small and large rivers. So here these rivers meet the Atlantic Ocean and also the São Francisco. The Brazilian coast is being characterized by a large number of beaches and also sand dunes. The Brazilian coast here is protected with some areas by coral reefs and atoll islands. In the last video I have explained you about what is called atoll islands and what is coral reefs. So here what are the corals? The coral reef is a ridge of rocks formed because of the deposition of corals. So in the last video I have explained what are called atoll islands. Atoll islands are the ring-shaped coral reef which their lagoons are also formed. So here what is coral reefs? Coral reefs are those ridges of rock which are formed due to the depositions of corals. Now this is all about the coast children. So again have a replica and again we will have a synopsis what we are learning about the Great Escarpment and the coast. So what we have learned about the Great Escarpment, that the Great Escarpment occupies very small area because of its nature. What is its nature? It is in slopy in nature and because it has its effect on the climate. Because its effect on the climate, it forms a rain shadow area and this is also called as drought quadrilateral. And the north part of Brazil is being occupied with the Great Escarpment. So here the altitudes are only up to 790 meters. And the third physiographic division is the coast. So the coastline of Brazil is 7,400 meters. So here it occupies the north and the eastern coast. So the northeastern coast is also called as North Atlantic coast. So here the northeastern coast has many large rivers and they are low-lying region. It also includes the Amazon river. So here the next is about the eastern coast. Eastern coast have small and large major rivers. So here they meet near Atlantic Ocean and also near San Francisco. So here the Brazilian coast, near the eastern coast has many beaches and also many sand dunes. So this is all about the coast. Now the next part of the next physiographic division is the plains. The plains in Brazil are confined to areas, namely the Amazon basin in the north and the next is Paraná-Paraguay basin which is in southwest region. Amazon basin lies between the two highlands which form the largest land in Brazil. So what it is being said, so these plains lie between the two major highlands. So what were the two major highlands? Brazilian highland and Guiana highlands. In between these Brazilian highland and Guiana highland, the plains are formed and these are called Amazon plains. And Amazon plains cover the larger part of Brazil. Amazon plain lies in the north part of Brazil and it is generally sloped towards the eastwards. The Amazon basin is quite wide in the west but it gets narrows near the eastward. So how much kilometer it occupies? It occupies the 1300 kilometers. And now, its width is minimum where Guiana Highland lies, and it comes closer to the Brazilian Highland. So go to page number 15 and again see figure 3.2. You will understand how the Amazon plains are formed. Its width is larger near the Brazilian Highlands, and it is very much narrow near the eastwards, and then it goes and mixes into Brazilian Highlands. Its width is minimum where Guiana Highlands, and it occupies 240 kilometers. Here the river approaches the Atlantic Ocean, the width of the plains increases. These are mostly forested areas and large inaccessible due to frequent flooding and also the dense undergrowth. Most of the Amazon plains are covered with the forest area. These forests are called tropical rain forests. So it is explained here, the Amazon plains are inaccessible because of frequent flooding, frequent water here, and also because the tropical rainforests are grown here. The other plains in Brazil are located in the southwest part of Brazilian Highlands. They form the source of Paraná-Paraguay basin. The source region of Paraguay slopes towards south, while the source region of Paraná slopes toward the southwest. So here the Paraguay-Paraná contains pantanal wetlands, which are the largest wetlands of the world. It lies towards the southwest part of the highland. So here this region has swampy and marshy areas in northwestern Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil and extends into Argentina. So here the Pantanal Islands lie to the southwest part of Brazil, and this southwest and also occupies the northwestern Mato Grosso do Sul and also some part of Argentina. So this is all about the plains, student. So what it is been explained in plains here, the plains of Brazil are confined into two major areas. What is it? One is Amazon basin, which is in the north, and other is Paraguay-Paraná basin, which is in southwest. The last physiographic division of Brazil is the island. Besides the mainland, some parts of Brazil also been occupied by islands. So they are being classified into coastal islands and marine islands. Most of the coastal islands are formed due to deposition, and marine islands are the part of these mainland. They are more than 300 kilometers away from the mainland in the Atlantic Ocean. So the marine islands were a part of a mainland, and these islands are named as coastal islands and marine islands. The islands are mostly here rocky in nature, and they are having a submerged mountains. The islands near the coast of South Atlantic are coral islands, so they are also called as atolls. So here, children, you have learned about the physiographic division of Brazil. You have learned about the highlands, you have read about the escarpments, plains, coastal areas, and also about the islands. In the next video, we are going to study about the drainage system of Brazil and India.